What's good? It's your girl, Divine Karma. It's been a while, right? I'm in my hotel room, so if the air kick on, hopefully y'all be able to hear me. I try to speak up so y'all can hear me. Turn these notifications off too. What's good? How y'all been? It's been a while, right? For those of you that know me, y'all know I'm on a on a journey right now. In the middle of some things going on in my personal life, in the middle of a divorce. I'm doing good. For those who care about my well-being, I won't say good. It's one day at a time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm making it. I'm taking it one day at a time. I have my good days and bad days, but it's gonna be all right. All right. So I've been wanting to make this video for a little while now. Just been busy. Personal life been a little, you know what I'm saying? So, but it's time to make this video. So, if you see me looking down, I got notes. That's all. Let's start with this. For those of you that have not watched my video on this channel, what happened to me in Baton Rouge, you can go back and watch that. It'll give you a little more insight on what I'm about to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So everybody does not, I don't know, acknowledge, get to me. I can't speak for everybody else's experience, but I've had the experience of meeting my guardian angels and spirit guides. Like I said, if you want to know the history on how I got to where I am, feel free to go back and watch the other video, what happened to me in Baton Rouge, right? So, I'll give a quick cap of that. I did a travel contract with my job in Baton Rouge. Before then, I was already conscious, was already woke, you know what I'm saying? But, I don't know, being down there, I guess around the culture, the energy, something triggered. And my intuition and my clairvoyance, my clairaudience, clairsentience, everything went up about a gazillion notches, right? It was a lot to handle. And at that point, at some time along that journey, I was there for 9 months, but along that journey, I realized that I was able to channel beings that are no longer here in this physical realm. I will not mention the first being that I was able to channel. I had no idea why I was channeling them. I won't mention their name. There was a co-worker. I channeled one of their family members contacted me, and long story short, that's where it all started. All right. So fast forward to last spring, and again, some of this is already in my video. Last spring, I was told about a young man, Justin Cooper. I will say his name now. He is my guardian angel. I did not know him. I did not know his family. I was told about him and asked him to write a poem for his mother. He was murdered December 27th of this past year, 2020. So at that time, when I was told about this young man and asked to write something for his mother, whom I did not know, I started channeling him. Long story short, Justin Cooper is my guardian angel. I have been through a lot since spring of 2020. 2020? Yeah, 2020. Right. But since I started channeling him, he's been there every step of the way. For those of you who are not conscious or not woke and do not know what it's like to be a medium, to be able to have full conversations to spirits and beings that are no longer here, It's a blessing. I went through a dark night of the soul for a little while, going through this journey and understanding who I am. But now I'm here. I want to give a special shout out to Justin Cooper's family. I'm going to try not to cry. Y'all know I'm an empath. When I realized that Justin Cooper was my guardian angel, along with that came his family. His mom, Barbara Cooper, they call her Lisa. I love you. She is like a sister to me. His grandmother, his aunts, Vanessa, Bonnie, James, Danielle, all his nieces, nephews, cousins, the whole nine. His family has been amazing along this journey. So I found out that I could channel Justin, and a couple of months into channeling him and dealing with his family and getting to know them and just this whole experience. So let me tell y'all what happened, right? On December 27th of last year, I was in a car accident. My, at the time, spouse was driving. Someone hit us head on. We was about 2 blocks from our apartment at the time. Hit us head on. Most of the damage was done on my side of the car. My at the time, spouse was able to get out of the car when we got hit. Like I said, a lot of the damage was on my side. I was in and out the whole time. When the initial hit, the impact hit us, I was completely unconscious for probably a good 10 seconds. When I came to, I couldn't do anything but scream. It took about 2 seconds until I realized the pain that I was in. My knees was pinned to the dashboard. I could not move at all. Tears just flooded my face. I was in so much pain, but I could not move. I was in and out, in and out. Just, how it is when that adrenaline is pumping and you go through an experience like that. I was in and out the whole time, right? This was December 27th. It was on a Sunday evening. Somewhere between 6:30, somewhere in that area, right? So I was in and out, ended up going to the hospital in an ambulance. They had to get all this extraness just to get me out of the car because, like I said, my knees were pinned to the dashboard. I was in excruciating pain. It was rough, right? But like I said, I was in and out the whole time. Also, on December 27th, around this same time, within a couple hours within this same time, Justin Cooper was murdered. He was shot and killed at an apartment complex completely on the other side of Atlanta. Again, never met this young man. Never met his family. But there had to be some kind of energy transfer. I was in and out of consciousness. And at the time I was in and out of consciousness, he was murdered. Shot and murdered, right? So I'm sure there's a connection. There is no coincidences in this matrix. Everything happens for a reason. As for Justin being my guardian angel, I can only give you some of the experiences that I have had with him being my guardian angel, right? What is it like to be a medium? What is it like for me to have contact with my guardian angel all day, every day? This is what it's like. It is when something is wrong with his daughter. She is not feeling well. I will hear him say, I need you to call my mom. Something's wrong with my daughter. It is when something's going on with his mother. He tells me, I need you to call my mom. Something's going on with her. It is when his family is in turmoil and just going through a rough time dealing with his transition. I am told to contact him. I cannot tell you how many times I've been somewhere. He's protected me. He's looked out for me. It's like having an invisible person standing there telling you, turn around, don't do this. Kamisha, watch yourself. Step back. You need to call this person. Something's going on. This is what it's like for me on a daily basis. At first, I used to have to meditate to have a conversation with him. I don't have to do that. I can call him right now. He's going to answer me. People say, well, how do you know that's, your guardian angel, or it's not your own voice? This is something you have to go through, people. You just know. You just know. I know things about his family that I couldn't have known. It's amazing. And everything that is going on in my life, couldn't have made it through without him. Impossible. Couldn't have made it through without him, right? He's amazing. I did tell y'all before, when I first started channeling Justin, he was very, very angry because he felt like, he was gone too soon. He hadn't crossed over. He was very angry, right? Then a couple months into it, as I told y'all before, maybe 3 months, he crossed over. He contacted me, told me that he crossed over, and to let his family know he was at peace and he had crossed over, right? So that day we had another long conversation because I was curious on how this even happened, right? So Justin told me this was his assignment. His assignment was to be my guardian angel. Now, you have to understand and differentiate between this matrix and the spirit world, right? So he told me his contract, that's what his contract was to be my guardian angel. But he had to come here to pay a debt, so to speak. We speak about karma, and y'all have heard me say this 1,000 times. Everybody's karma account is like a checking account. It's got to be balanced before you leave here. Has to. Can't leave without it. It's got to be balanced. Karma can be good. Karma can be bad. But your account has to be balanced before you leave here. Has to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Anyone that has studied Akashic records and things of that nature, you understand what I'm talking about when I say your account balance with karma has to be balanced when you leave here, right? So he told me this was his assignment, was to be my guardian angel, right? But he had to come here to balance his karma account, to balance his checking account, you know what I'm saying? So everything was in divine order for him. It's rough because I met him this way, and it's rough because I met his family this way. But it's an amazing experience. And I have told his family over and over again, as long as there is breath in my body, they will always have access to him. Before I took this contract, he told me he wanted to see his mom. And so I went to see her. And there are times that I went to see his family, and I have told him and allowed him to completely take over my body, as in I will step out of my body and let him step in so he can feel that physical as close as he can to being with his family, but in my body, right? I didn't know how to do that at first. I know how to do it now, and I only do it with him. So before I came down to Michigan, I went to see his mom. I let him take over my body. He wanted to hug his mama. Understandable. She opened the door, and when I rang the doorbell is when I told him, You can take over my body so you can touch your mom, hug your mom. And he did. We both cried. He hugged her, told her how much he loved her, and then told her that he missed her very much. Then he gave me my body back. Me and her sat down and had a wonderful day, as we always do. So he told me this was his contract. His assignment was to be my guardian angel, but he had to come here in the physical to balance out his account, so to speak. It's been an amazing journey. And for those of you that don't understand this, I don't know how to tell you to understand it. I really don't until you can experience it, right? This is just my tribute to him. I've been wanting to do it for a while, but like I said, my personal life has been a little topsy-turvy here lately. He's amazing. I love him. Trust him with my life. And that's 100. I truly do. Hasn't steered me wrong. He's watched my back. Been there when nobody was there. Right? Told y'all I wasn't gonna cry, but I'm gonna cry. There was a day I sat in the park before I came down here. It was in Georgia. I was at Hunter's Park, chilling, having a day. But I go out in nature when I have those days because it helps. I asked him, told him, man, I'm going through it, right? I need a hug. Because at that time, it seemed like everything was crashing down on me. Everything. This divorce, I was going through it. Still going through it. But at that moment, I wasn't seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So I sat in the park. The sun was setting. He was there. He kept saying, I'm with you, I'm with you. I said, I know. But I need to feel you. Like, I feel alone, right? I felt the breeze. I closed my eyes. He told me to be still. I got goosebumps all over my arms as soon as I closed my eyes. And it was like, I'm trying to describe it. It's like somebody standing behind me with like big arms. I don't want to say wings because it's so cliche, right? But that's what it felt like. Just hug me. Just hug me, right? I felt the breeze. It's like I can feel him standing behind me and hug me. And just tell me, I promise you, I'm here every step of the way. Every step of the way. Right? If you ain't ever experienced this, I don't know what to tell you. This journey has been, it's been wild, is all I can tell you. I said I wasn't going to cry, but I cry a lot when I talk about Justin, so his family knows that. And he just hugged me. It was the most amazing energy I think I have ever felt. It's undescribable. So with that being said, I thank him. This is my tribute to him. I thank him. I thank his family. He's always there. He knows when I'm going through. He shows up out of nowhere. A lot of the times in the beginning, it was all about making sure his family heals, and I still do. But he gives me space because he knows he's got a tough job. He's trying to look after his family, look after his daughter, but he also has a job to guide me, light my path, and look after me as well. he got his hands full some days, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, I love you, Justin Cooper. You know that, right? Now, I have another. He has a co-pilot, right? Shout out to my homeboy George in Chicago, George Osborne. It's the big homie. That's what I call him. We go way back. So I hadn't talked to George in, man, I don't want to say maybe 10 years, maybe, right? He contacted me March. I was at work in Birmingham and got a message on my messenger. You a hard person to catch up. No, he didn't say you're a hard person to catch up, but he said, I see someone is expressing themselves well on social media, something like that. I saw his name, I freaked out. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's my dude, right? That's my homie. We got to chit-chatting, talking, caught up. Gabe was like, man, I'm about to call you, give me your number. So we chopped it up. And he was telling me about, last year, which was the previous year, was a rough year for him. And I thought he was talking about, the pandemic and all the shit going on. He was like, no, I lost my 10-year-old grandson in a car accident. And I lost my brother as well. Right? So at that moment, I didn't want to, I said, oh my gosh. Because for me, let me tell y'all something. If I get the name of the person that has passed 99.999% of the time, I'm going to pick them up. So at that moment, I didn't ask the names because I just wanted to be there as a friend, tell him, my condolences and I hope everything is okay, right? I eventually ended up asking him what was his brother's name and what was his grandson's name. Andre is his brother. That is Justin's co-pilot. Now, I'm going to explain this the best way I can, then I will get to Julian. Andre has a different role than Justin. They tag team sometimes. They just have a different role, but they both there. You know what I'm saying? Andre is more of my downloader. So if you're not familiar with, getting information from the universe, God, whatever you call source, when it's time for me to get some information from source or my guides or galactical beings or whatever, Andre is the deliverer, right? He is usually the one when I am meditating. He will tell me, Kamitra, it's time for some downloads. I tell him, okay. He tells me how many. When I get downloads, the best way I can explain it is it's like I'm meditating and it's like somebody has opened me up and it's just pouring raw, pure energy into my body. And I shake. That's what downloads is like for me. And if you wonder, well, what is that? It's information from the universe. Might be something I need that day. Might be something I need down the line. Andre is in charge of my downloads. He would tell me, you got 3 downloads coming today. I ask him, are they long or short? He would tell me and ask me, am I ready? I tell him I'm ready. And we go. He tells me when I'm done. But he's also there when I have bad days as well. Andre has showed up and showed out. Him and Justin have tag teamed me when I didn't see a way out. I just didn't. So he's there. You know what I'm saying? And they joke a lot. They play around a lot. I did tell George that I was able to channel his brother. I gave him some messages from his brother and his grandson, and they were right on point, as they always are. I remember a few weeks ago, Andre told me to tell George, what did he tell me to tell him? Something about, he said, tell my brother he too old to be trying new drinks. I think that's what it was. So I inboxed George and said, hey, Andre said you too old to be trying new drinks. Do you know what he's talking about? And he laughed and said, yeah, I've been trying to find this Scottie Pippen drink because I want to try it. Well, these are the things that happen when I channel. You know what I'm saying? So some days it's funny, it's comical, it's uplifting, right? So I love you, Andre. Um, he's amazing. He's a great guy. Him and Justin together. I'm glad to have him on my team, right? So let's talk about Julian. This is George's grandson. What's up, George? I hope you're doing well. Julian, my channel, as soon as I channeled Andre, Julian's first message to his grandpa was, could you please tell my grandpa to stop driving like that? So apparently George drives a little reckless. Been around George, he can be a little wild on the road. Um, he also told me to tell his granddad thanks for the shoes one day, which when I told George, he showed me his TV stands with his Jordans and his grandson's Jordans. So that's what that message was about. There was a day when I told him, Julian said to don't give his bike away. You can let other people in the family have it, but don't give his bike away. Do you know what he's talking about? Well, George sent me a picture of Julian's bike sitting in the driveway, obviously. So these are the things that happen uh, when I channel, right? So thank you, Julian. He's a wonderful little guy. I have found out that I can still reach people when they have gotten new bodies. This might be a topic I might lose some of y'all on, but Julian has gotten another body. Um, Justin will not get another body. He finished his job. I don't know how many times he's been back to this matrix. I don't know how many lives he's been through, but him finishing this task and being my guardian angel, he will not get another body. He told me that. This is it for him. He will remain as my guardian angel until I am no longer here physically. So he will not get another body. Andre is not getting another body. He is here co-piloting and doing what he does. He will not get another body. He is always around. Julian, on the other hand, got another body, but I can still reach him. Now, if you are asking me how this works, this is the best way I can describe it, because this is how it was explained to me, right? When that spirit gets another body, when you go to dream world, this is the best way I can explain it. When you dream, a lot of times your dreams are of people you have dealt with in a past life, or you might be dealing with your guardian angels, your spirit guides. So Julian has gotten another body, but I still have contact with him. I can still talk to him. I can still have contact with him. Love you, Julian. You're an amazing little guy, right? I want to give a shout out to Danielle. What's up, Danielle? She is my homegirl. I channel her mom a lot. Her mom has been a blessing to me. I talk to her a lot. She's a little on the bossy side sometimes, but she's good people. Hi, Danielle. Me and her mom talk a lot. I kind of freaked Danielle out last night because of some channeling I did, and I was pretty much on point with the channeling, and she told me she didn't want to talk about it no more. She's gonna go to bed. So it just happens. That's just how it happens for me. Shout out to my sister Veronica. I talk to her mom off and on as well. How you doing, Carla? You are loved. What's up, sis? I love you. I talk to her mom off and on as well. So this is my story. I used to try to hide who I am, and not is who I am. You know what I'm saying? I got this gift I use it to help people. Sometimes when people call me or want to talk or just need an ear or want some advice, some of it's coming from me, some of it's coming from them. I ain't gonna lie to you. They use me as a vessel. Um, I just got my Reiki certification, master certification. So I am interested to see how my guides are gonna help me with the energy healing. I have about 4 chapters left of my life coach certification, and it's on to the stars from there. I'm so grateful. I find myself trying not to complain. I do have a lot going on. For those of you who know me, I won't say a lot. I will say this divorce has opened my eyes to a lot. Heartbreak is always something hard to deal with, right? There are days when I'm going through it. And if there is anybody that has tried to, that I'm usually there for and talk to a lot and coach or, give some good advice. And if I haven't been there so much lately, I can't pour out of an empty cup. I gotta have my cup full before I can pour it into somebody else's. You feel me? And right now, I'm like halfway full. I'm trying to fill my own cup up. I will tell you there's some things that I learned from this journey that I'm going through. People will abandon you. People will turn their backs on you. And I ain't talking about just regular people. Friends will, family will. There are days where I feel abandoned. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm alone. And that's when Justin and Andre, they show up and they show out and make sure to know that I'm not. I got to make myself happy. You cannot go through life, people, thinking that it is somebody else's job to make you happy. Even in a marriage, even in a relationship, it ain't that person's job to make you happy, right? It really ain't. They are there to assist in your happiness, if you understand what I'm saying. When you depend on somebody else to make you happy, you just set yourself up for failure. Now, I'm not saying that person cannot bring happiness to your life. That person is supposed to bring happiness to your life, but they should not be the foundation of your happiness. You should be your own foundation for your happiness, right? People ask me often, how do I feel? Right now, the toughest thing for anybody that has been in a long-term relationship or marriage that ends is dealing with the time that you put into it and you feel like you wasted time. That has been the biggest struggle for me yet during this journey, right? And I have to keep telling myself everything is in divine order in this matrix. Everything. The good, the bad, and ugly, every step on your journey is in divine order. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, every month, every year, everything on your journey is in divine order. Now, can that change? You change your energy. You change your energy, right? Then you're going to change your course, right? But if you change your course, that's still going to be in divine order. So I have to look at it that way. This was a lesson for me to learn. And truth be told, holding myself accountable, sometimes people show us who they are, or we go through situations and we don't pay attention to the signs and symbols. Won't say nothing bad about my ex-spouse. Will not say anything bad about him at all. This was a lesson and a journey for both of us. And where we go on our separate paths from here, like I said, everything is in divine order. I wish him well. I wish him well, I do. And if there's someone out there that can make him happy, by all means, please do that. As for me, I'm healing. One thing I have learned, man, When people pull away from you, and I'm not talking about my spouse at this, spouse at the time. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in general. Because I've been through this a lot of times in my life when you want to be with somebody and that person knows they cannot be the person that you want them to be. They can't be that person. That fork in the road for that person is detrimental to you and to them. Because if they know they can't be that person that you want them to be, but they let fear set in. They let that fear of, I'm going to lose her or lose him. So if it's 5 years from now, what if I'm ready and he or she is with somebody else? See, that's that fear kick in, right? So then you say, I'm going to go ahead and be with this person because I don't want to lose them. But you know you weren't ready, right? So what ended up happening? You take this person through a whole string of nonsense, of experiences and heartache and all of that, all because you let that fear kick in. If something's meant for you on this journey in your life, it won't pass you by. It might step to the side for a minute because you know you got some things to take care of. But if it's meant, it's gonna come back to you, stronger and better, and the timing is gonna be impeccable. This is what I've learned. So I say that to say this, sisters and brothers. If it's somebody you want and they are actually doing the right thing and keeping themselves from you because they know they can't be that person that you want them to be right now because they just not there, right? Respect it. You feel me? Respect that shit. Excuse my language. Respect it. Because if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, right? And they know they're not ready to be that person. They know they're not ready for that high committed relationship that you want from me. It's got to be a spiritual connection if I ever get back in a relationship. We have to be connected in a spiritual way. Ain't no ifs, ands, buts about. But if that person is not ready and they keep telling you they're not ready, please respect it. And please, please, please trust the universe, God, Buddha, Jesus. I don't care who it is, the source that you call on. Respect that energy, if that is the person you're meant to be with, that energy, that source, God or whoever, the universe, will work on that person. And when they are ready, I don't care if y'all in different countries, the universe start working stuff. You don't even know behind the scenes. You got angels, you got all kinds of working to bring y'all back into sync. This is real. But that person got to be strong enough to say, man, I'm not ready. And also say, don't wait on me. Unless you want to wait. If you want to wait, then by all means wait. But respect the fact that they're telling you they're not ready. And trust that source. Trust God. Or whoever that is for you. That while you working on yourself, the universe is working on them. And the timing will be right. Just out of nowhere, things start aligning for y'all to come back together, right? I'm not going to be bitter. I was at first. I got a homeboy that told me, man, he going through a divorce as well. He was like, I don't think I could do a serious relationship again. At first, I agreed with him. But you know what? I can't give up on love. And I ain't going to let love give up on me. Because that's giving somebody else too much power over what might be destined for me. If it's destined for me, then it is. You know, who am I to go against Cupid? Me and Cupid just We got a love-hate relationship right now, right? So I'm doing okay. I wanted to share my journey with y'all, with my guardian angels and spirit guides, to the Cooper family. I love y'all. Love y'all. It's like y'all don't even know. I love y'all. It's y'all don't even know. It's like I got blessed with a whole second family. You know what I'm saying? And they amazing. They have their normal family issues that everybody do, but overall, just amazing people. I love y'all. Lisa, I don't know Justin's dad, but I know you. You have an amazing son. And I thank you. I thank you. I know it's hard because he's not here physically no more, and I know that. But gratitude from the bottom of my heart for being the vessel that brought him into this physical world so he can do whatever he needs to do in the spirit world and in the heavens to make sure we straight. And I say we because I'm talking about me and y'all, right? Gratitude to you. And I've said it a million times to his family, as long as there's breath in my body, you will always have access to him. Always. Always. To my homeboy George, I don't talk to you that much. The same is for you. You always got access to Andre and Julian as long as I got breath in my body. I know you really ain't that, that kind of guy. You know where you at spiritually a whole bunch, but know that the door is always open for you. I know Andre has asked me to, he wants me to see you because he wants to hug you, right? One last time. He asked me, could he? And of course, I would give him the same grant that I give Justin, right? To take over my body if he wants to feel his family. So, I know you're busy, but know that door is always open, not just for you, but for anybody in your family to talk to, embrace, or whatever when it comes to Andre and Julian. All right? I love you, big homie. You know you my guy, right? I'm going to get out of here. It's getting late. For everybody, I can't even say for everybody because a lot of people ain't even check on me, for real, for real. People just assume I'm doing okay. And there be days I'll be in here crying, I ain't slept in probably a good week. I sleep probably about 3 hours a night, right? But if you call yourself my friend and you ain't checked on me, you might want to check yourself, because at this point, ask yourself, are you really my friend? It's just real talk. Because I know some people I've been there for, through thick and thin, even when they didn't ask me to. But it's just who I am as a person. And boy, when I needed you, you turn your back on me. It's all love. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I forgive and move on. Y'all have a blessed night. I don't know when I'll post again. I'm going to dip off social media for a while. So y'all know how to inbox me, call me. Like I said, a lot of people kind of dipped out on me when I'm going through this right now. But it's all good. It's all good. I got Justin and Andre. They going to look out. Trust when I tell you they going to look out. I love y'all. Y'all be easy. Peace.